In 1970, this morning's guest came to Horry-Georgetown Technical College to teach. And he taught, and he sold a few books. Now he's president. Meet Neyle Wilson, coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Elizabeth Maddox Chapin Library on the Grand Strand campus of Horry-Georgetown Technical College. We're focused on the college and we're visiting with its president, Neyle Wilson. Good morning, President Wilson.
Greg. Good to see you again.
Thanks so much for letting us in. Obviously the library's not yet open. It'll be open in a little bit, but it's great to get on in here early and of course to get you in. Do you mind if we call you Neyle early on a Thursday morning?
Absolutely, Greg.
This is tremendous.
If I can call you Greg, you call me Neyle.
Well, let's think about, no, that's perfect. I love it. Absolutely. You know, it seems last time we were together about 4.5 years ago. It's been quite a while. We were here on the base, but we were on at the studios there, the Herald's location.
That's exactly right.
And the former.
You had Mickey Splain there that same day.
We did that same week, which was tremendous. I can't remember who else was with us, but of course Mickey really stands out, who's no longer with us, but obviously is with us in spirit.
In fact, I think you shortened my segment a little bit to extend Mickey's, if I'm not mistaken. He was on a roll that day. So
that he was, if you remember.
Wonderful fellow.
His wife was there in the audience, and some other folks were there, and it was really a treat. He was an amazing guy.
Quite some stories. What a man.
Absolutely. It seems like at that time, I think I remember one of your sons was a 1L at Emory down in Atlanta. Another one was a junior at Wofford, and I believe your daughter was a junior in high school.
That's correct.
Time has flown.
Ratchet up to today, my 1L son has graduated from Wofford and is working with a law firm in Atlanta, and from Emory and with a law firm in Atlanta, and then my junior at Wofford has graduated. He went to law school last year, decided he didn't like it, so he's looking to see what he needs to do if he's going to go back and get a graduate degree in business at USC.
Right.
And my daughter is a rising senior at Coastal.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah. I'm about to get out of the tuition business.
She is out of not only high school, having been a junior then, and
she'll be 21 in June.
That's amazing, Neyle.
It is. They grow up in a hurry.
What are y'all going to do? You and, is it Ann?
Well, yeah, Ann, we already have an empty nest syndrome. We're already struggling with it. In fact, our daughter started off at College of Charleston and stayed there 1 year, and she came home that summer and says, I'm not sure I like being at the College of Charleston, so I said, why don't you go to Coastal for a semester while you decide? I hadn't been able to get it away. We don't see her as much as she's at Coastal we do when she's at Charleston.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So she really loves Coastal. It's been real good for her.
That is tremendous. Well, of course, to have three, and do the one in Atlanta, does he get back often, or y'all end up going out?
Yeah, in fact, he's getting married this June, the 28th of June. He is marrying a classmate, and they will be married in Austin, Texas. So we've seen quite a bit of them with the parties that we've been having for his wedding.
I bet you have. A month ago yesterday. That is tremendous. A month from now, when you think about opportunities like that, of course, to see your children not only get out of school, get out of college, get out of graduate school, but then to get married, it really...
Especially when you know that they are marrying the right person and they're in love and all the things that you wish for them coming true. So, yeah, very much so. We're real excited about it.
About yourself, Neyle, you originally from the area?
I'm originally from Sumter, South Carolina, and grew up there and went to Clemson.
Right.
Graduated, and we were beginning to get into the recession of the 71 and 72 around, and decided I needed to try to find something than what I was doing, and came to Horry-Georgetown Tech in 1970 to teach, thinking maybe it would be a 1 or 2 year assignment. As we got through. Back then, the gas crisis it went to 49 cents a gallon.
No.
That lets you know the difference in today. But you could only get $3 worth on odd days, and they went by your license plate. So it's very similar to what's going on now, other than you can actually get gas.
Right.
So went there thinking I'd stay a couple of years, and fell in love with the teaching process. Fell in love with a Myrtle Beach native.
Yes.
And with a wonderful family that treats me like a king, and so I decided might as well stay here a while.
You won't be treated like a king in Sumter or Clemson or even Columbia.
It's hard to go back home sometimes.
Absolutely. Do you still have family around the state or any in Sumter there?
I have a brother.
Right.
My older brother is the only family member I have left. So, yeah, he's living in something, and he's in the banking business.
That's tremendous.
Yeah.
That's tremendous. Well, of course, Horry County has grown so much. At that time, was Marion County, am I correct, that Marion was involved with Horry-Georgetown?
Well, in the original concept of Horry-Georgetown Technical College, they borrowed Marion's name, so it was, believe it or not, Horry-Georgetown Marion Technical Education Center, because they needed Marion County's population to get up to 100,000 people in order to qualify.
Right.
And they kept that name till about 1969.
Okay, so right before you arrived, they.
Yeah.
And then Marion, is it on its own, or it's part of
Marion stayed on its own. It's a non-participating county. I think now it does participate, but it's with Florence-Darlington.
Right, right. Obviously, the counties have not changed other than having grown a lot, but Horry-Georgetown has changed dramatically. At that time, was it just a campus there in Conway, or was there also
a presence? It was a campus
in
with 2 buildings on Conway. It had about 300 students, about 15 faculty members. And now it's a campus that's approaching 6,000 with 3 different campuses and about 180 faculty members. So it has grown significantly.
Golly,
it really has.
What really stands out in your mind? Clearly, the numbers growth are dramatic. Is it adding on campuses? Is it the Georgetown location? Of course, this magnificent.
Oh, this has been a real coup for the county, because when they closed the air base, we were able to pick up approximately 100 acres from the Department of Education at no cost to the taxpayers, and we had 6 buildings. This is one of them. This used to be the officers club, the air base, the library that we were in. We picked up those facilities for nothing, and we put probably $5.5 to $6 million in renovating these facilities.
Right.
And I would say it's probably got a real estate assessed value of $45 to $50 million.
Oh, so easily.
And again, at no cost to the taxpayers, it provided a presence at Myrtle Beach that we needed. And ultimately will probably be our biggest campus, because we have 100 acres here and only 55 acres in Conway. So
I didn't know that.
Just from an acreage standpoint, this will eventually be.
Right. Well, of course it is. Last week we were filming at Coastal Carolina University. We were there in the E. Craig Wall Senior School of Business Administration, and hearing Dr. DeCenzo talk about their big desire to get a Grand Strand campus, having lost their presence at Myrtle Square Mall, and of course him thinking about Horry-Georgetown having this really mammoth facility here. I mean, as you said, almost twice the size of your Conway campus, and they, like Horry-Georgetown, has a presence down in Georgetown County, but nothing here right in the heart of the beach. It's critical.
Yeah, and they're looking for a place, but in the interim, what we've been able to do since the mall where they were, Myrtle Square Mall, closed down, they are using several of our classrooms in the evening.
I didn't know that.
So
right
they do
here.
they do have. What's occurring, though, this campus is growing and will significantly have a growth spurt this fall, because all of our health care programs will move over to this campus in our new Robbie Spear building.
Right.
So that's going to really begin to cramp the availability. So they recognize that they got to start finding something that has more permanency to it than taking our vacant facilities. Okay. But on either campus, the Conway campus and the Grand Strand campus, we are certainly willing to share them any vacancies that we have. Right. Another quick example, they are they're desperate to build a science building. And so what they're doing now is remodeling the existing one, and while they're remodeling, we've offered them the use of all of our science labs during our vacant periods of time to help them get over this hump.
Oh, yeah.
So we're doing a lot of things to be cooperative and congenial with each other.
Yes, and he talked about a number of them that are currently working very well. In addition to those, of course, the campus security, I believe. Campus
security. We are in a cooperative agreement with the Quail Creek Golf Course, where we're helping manage the grounds, and they're running the business part of it.
Right.
We have transfer agreements in basically all of our programs. They are looking to develop and have gotten approval to develop a BSN, Bachelor's Degree in Nursing, that will be a 2+2 with our Associate Degree in Nursing, which will allow our students to go ahead and take the registration, become a registered nurse. Often some of them will go to work, and the hospital can assist them to get the next 2 years, or they can go straight on to Coastal and get their BSN, but it gives them a safety net because they already have one degree and they'll already be registered. They take the same registration as a baccalaureate degree nurse. So if you're a registered nurse, you're a registered nurse.
They've gotten approval. It hadn't yet happened, but it's rolling
forward. They've gotten
forward.
approval. We will likely initially house their program at our Spear building.
That's tremendous. I'm so glad you mentioned the Spear Building. We're a stone's throw away. July 11th, I believe.
July 11th will be our
the
dedication.
Big day. I know there's a private dedication early, and then later on, really open up to the public.
It'll be 11 o'clock. It'll be open up to the public.
Right.
It's a wonderful facility. It's something that we have desperately needed as a college for a long time. We have really moved into the healthcare arena because they're some of the best paying jobs in the county. In fact, to us, healthcare is the high-tech industry that we're looking at in a tourist-dominated economy. Right. So we've expanded, going to move it over here. The reason we ended up putting it over here is because of availability of the old military hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to Buddy Stires and the Myrtle Beach Redevelopment Authority.
Right.
They allowed us to get that at a very reasonable price. We raised almost $10 million and have renovated that facility, and we will be occupying it in the fall of '08. So
that is amazing,
yeah,
Neil. Congratulations.
It is a wonderful facility. The problem is, as all are, we're already running out of space. So we got some issues there about how we can grow, and looking at some other options for that.
Some potential budget impacts as well on the
in terms of capital dollars, the state has not had a bond bill since Governor Sanford has been in office, and he's got 6 years or 7 years, whatever he is. So you got all this pent-up need. So everybody that's building things had to go out and try to find private dollars. But there's probably close to $1 billion worth of need in South Carolina in higher education. Our need is around $80 million, and Coastal's need is probably 250 is what David tells me.
Right.
We're going to do a lot of renovation of some facilities because they were built 35 and 40 years ago, and just don't have the infrastructure for us to do what we want to do in terms of instructional technology. So the other cut that we're going to take this year, because we've had a downturn in the economy, the House has a 3.8% budget cut, and the Senate has a 4.1%. So you can probably safely say that in the conference committee, we're probably going to come up with about a 4% budget cut that we will take this year.
Boy, Neil.
But everybody's taking it.
Right.
And it's obvious that the economy is turned down on some.
Right.
And so you can't fuss about that. But I just hope that they do the cutting they need to do at the start of the year. What really hurts us from a planning and budgeting standpoint is when they cut your budget in the mid-year.
Midstream. Oh, I bet.
And it really throws you for a loop.
Speaking of the economy, a lot of folks may need to get off to work now or get family off to school. What is the best phone number? Is there a good website? Of course, we got the website. Is there a good phone number for viewers to use?
Well, I thought you might ask that. Each campus has a phone number, so I want to make sure that I give them to you right. The Conway campus is 347
right
3186.
3186.